Facebook post say?
That bitch was tied up.
Good? Great. Do you have any plans?
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is another day of Gypsy Rose Blanchard 2024 Matricide Saga and Trial Review. Yes, and we're up to part 5, I believe. Yes. And we have a raid coming in. Hello. A few people were here already. Hello, Emma. Good to see you. Another Aussie in the house. You're from New South Wales. And, you sent me a photo of your ginger kitty cat. And it's so gorgeous. I love it. Oh, so cute. And Sarah's around here somewhere, I believe. There he is, almost pulling out the cords to one of my computer screens. Hopefully he'll come out shortly. You're here for all the goss. Yay. See, I know you're an Aussie because you say goss. When I say goss, people are like, what are you talking about? Yay, I'm so glad you're here. And yes, I just pulled up a picture of Gypsy on the Golden Globe red carpet. Yeah, we'll have a look at that in a minute. Okay. Tragic is here. Yeah, Daddy Style raid is on. Fancy opening, indeed. Been working on that one. This is a really special campaign event thing we've got going on at the moment, the Gypsy thing, because it's so trendy. OX coma. Mrs. Sex. I'm not Mrs. Sex. No. But I do love your new profile pic. You paid for an X coma. Do you want to make it a little bit more special today? Do you like this? That's all yours. That's cute, Mr. Dali Rose there, Ms. Dali Rose. Hey, Harp Irish. We just learned so much more from the texts in Dali's stream just now. If anyone missed it, you can always replay it. I'm also going to be popping it up on my channel as well later. And Justin is here. Daddy Raid. No, I ain't calling you Daddy. It's not happening. And Wendy H is here. Oh, yay. I'm here, but not in chat because I'm driving. That's no worries. But cool. Welcome, Wendy H. Good to see ya. One of my favorite people. John Gary is here. Mr. and Mrs. Seggs. Sent you. All the fire D's. It's good to have you here, Mustang McCracken. Also awesome. And Yamaha Biker is here. Not enough whiskey. No, there's just not enough whiskey for this. All right. So let us go like this and say hello to Bill Hammer.
Yes, Daddy.
No. You're just looking how you fixie. That's cool. Okay, that last stream was a little disturbing. It was incredibly entertaining. You're feeling a little bit what do you call it?
Violated?
Violated. Yeah. Okay. So for those who missed it, what we just did was on Dali's stream, we did the dramatic readings of the text messages between Nick Godejohn, who is the defendant in this case, the unaliver, one of the unalivers of Dee Dee Blanchard, which is the mother of Gypsy Rose, and Gypsy. So Gypsy, obviously, being Gypsy down there, and not Dali Gypsy, so Gypsy Rose herself. So they were carefree lovers, and they were just thinking about nothing else but bedazzling her vajay, having some lovely sexy time, and the unaliving of the mum. And poor Bielhammer and Dali are just feeling a little bit dirty right now after reading all those text messages.
Yeah.
That was super amusing. And there's going to be an episode 2 of that, probably tomorrow or the next day. Watch out for that.
Which is probably going to be worse, I imagine.
I expect it's probably going to be worse. I love how the picture of Dali made to look like Gypsy. Actually, I see a little bit more of Miss Becky Boo coming through with the pearls. The pearl necklace is actually inspired by Barbara Bush. Mm-hmm. And the blue dress is Monica Lewinsky.
Yes.
Yeah, and it might have a little white stain on there as well. That's all thanks to Excoma and his wonderful donations. Now, before we get into the trial, I just wanted to show you something, and this is thanks to Emma Shoesmith. This is your heads up that you gave us. Let's show everybody this. Hang on. We might go with this layout for now. Okay, so convicted murderer Gypsy Rose Blanchard makes red carpet debut a week after prison release. And
of course she does.
Of course she does. Of course she does. Of course she does. And where are we? Yeah, okay. And there she is. Looking fantastic.
I guess she fits in.
That's, yeah. I think, have we already seen, this is when she was talking and I asked her, he actually spoke to camera and he said, oh yeah, no, she wasn't the one manipulating him. He was the one manipulating her.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is also, I would assume this is the same thing where like, there was that whole thing where there's influencers or whatever where they had the little interview on the little couch or whatever, and you could see like Lil Kim in the background. Like I'm assuming
Lil Kim was in the background. That's right. That's right.
I bet this is all the same thing.
That's all the same thing. Yeah. So she served time. Now she's serving looks. Gypsy Rose Blanchard made her red carpet debut in New York City Friday night, a week after being released from prison for the murder of her mum, Dee Dee. The freshly freed felon, 32, flaunted her fashion credentials in a low-cut black mini dress as she posed alongside a slew of social media celebs at the premiere of her new Lifetime show, The Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. The docuseries delves into the gruesome 2015 murder of Dee Dee, who was stabbed to death by Blanchard's then-boyfriend, Nicholas Godejohn. Blanchard pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in 2016. Yeah, it's all about Nick, isn't it? Nick's the villain. Blanchard pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in 2016, saying she was the victim of Munchausen by proxy at the hands of her mum. The bubbly brunette has been an unexpected sensation on social media after being released from jail on December 28, clocking up more than 6 million followers on Instagram and over 7 million on TikTok. The former jailbird could become a millionaire in months. Hey, T. The former jailbird could, experts saying she could earn up to $100,000 per Instagram post, proving crime pays. Yeah, this is sickening. During Friday night's red carpet appearance, Blanchard cozied up with her husband, Ryan Anderson, who initially wrote to her in prison after hearing about her harrowing story. Well, he did well, didn't he? Mm-hmm. The pair began emailing back and forth, with their relationship quickly turning romantic. The two tied the knot in jailhouse wedding in July 2022. Earlier this week, Blanchard hit the headlines after boasting about her sex life with Anderson after being released on parole. Oh, that is the D on fire, everybody. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Look at that. Oh, look, she's got bodyguards. Gross. That's some serious munch power. It's funny that you say munch power. Oh, yeah, as in, what's his name? Who is he? The prison snitch?
Oh, Munch. Yeah. God, I know who you're talking about.
From the Anderson trial.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. But yeah, Munch. I can't remember what his name is.
Not enough whiskey, guys. Not enough whiskey for all this. I tell you what. Hello, Dali.
Ah,
Alrighty, let's get into the trial, people. So today is evidence day. We are going to see a lot of evidence, and I mean physical evidence today. So we're going to be seeing the knife. We're going to be seeing the envelope. We're going to be ripping it all apart and getting it all out. Getting it all out.
Lots of ASMR today.
Oh yeah, lots of ASMR. And then I don't know what else. I've had a look at that, and I haven't gone much further. So if they show much more of
I'm a little uncomfortable with my head in between Sal.
Oh, sorry, I'm going to change it up. Let's go back like that.
You're
Okay.
fine, I'm just joking.
If they go and show much
Give me a
more
motorboat,
of that,
Neil.
like long them standing around or him standing around in foyers and things like that, I'm just going to fast forward it because that was really, really boring and useless. So we won't do that. Now, let's go back to the actual trial. Where is my tab for that? Window. Oh, yeah, that. And sharing screen. Cool. Welcome, everybody. And remember, we are turning Dali into Dali Rose. $10 super chat and over. Get you changes made to Dali. If they're really difficult changes, it might cost you a bit more. You're going to have to ask me first what you would like done to him. And
because I haven't been humiliated enough today.
Yeah, you've been humiliated enough today already. Hey, Dave Bass, you want to know what the time is, do you? Well, you're in Sydney, so you tell me. Well, you say you're in Sydney.
No.
Okay, now, where we left them off.
Put your back on then? That's correct.
Actually, I fast forwarded just a little bit. Where we left off was there. Remember that?
And that this is still an approaching the doors in 64? That is correct.
I think that's about right.
Yeah, that's right.
Justin Smith, how dare you?
I'm going to go back in 65. So when you walk off to the left, like we saw in the video, does that end up being over an area where one would actually wait for the buses?
Yes.
Oh, but he
Is that
looks
what
so
we're looking at
cute.
here in say 66? Yes.
I think he's referring to the far bottom right corner.
These are the doors. You have numbers above them, and people wait with specific numbers.
The Bali Boogie Board woman.
Got it?
I remember her name now.
Show them what you're talking about.
It should be in the bottom right, I think.
There is some
Depending on what phone you're on.
doors
Bottom
that
right.
indicate where you're supposed to be. Hold your ticket to stay in the there's some seating area along here, back over here, and over in this area.
Also, are you a member, Emma? Let me just check. Oh, you're not. You
Not
should be a
yet.
member, love. Are you on a phone, Emma, or?
She said, I think she said she figured it out.
Sitting down on the bench right here, getting a stand up and meet along.
At the bottom.
Oh, yeah, no. I know. She figured out the super chat thing. I was just wondering if she's a member. Oh, you're on iPad. Yeah. It's a little bit difficult to join when you're on iPad. Chappelle Corby, Kim, yeah.
Put your back on then?
That's correct.
Okay, so they're standing around in the lobby of, is that the, look, they're hugging.
It's the train
What's the train station?
station. Or not the train, the bus
Oh,
station.
the bus station. Because they're going to catch a Greyhound bus, guys.
Mm-hmm. Because they're going back now to Wisconsin. They're
Going
going
back to
of all places
Wisconsin.
to Waukesha.
Waukesha.
To Fort Grounds.
Yeah.
Fort Grounds gone, but never forgotten.
Hey,
God,
T,
that-
how are you?
Hey, God, that video of him putting up boxes of,
It's
to
hilarious.
block the camera, and then they take it down. Fort Brooks.
Wow.
And just like the second the prosecutor goes, grounds.
Ground.
God, I missed that freaking guy.
Hey, T, we are awesome. Did I see you over in Dali's chat as well, HT?
If you were, I'm sorry.
Me too. It's one of the few times I don't want people in there.
That's what she said. It's literally what Gypsy said.
Oh no, okay.
Okay,
That's
we just
good.
read the text messages. It was
Oh.
not pretty.
If you want to hear something very disturbing after this, go to Sal's channel. Just don't listen to it trying to sleep because you.
HT, if you've never read the text messages before, and I mean all the text messages because we got them all, right? I'll tell you one thing. He said that after the unaliving, they would be Mr. and Mrs. Sex.
Oh, Yamaha was uncomfortable. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, Yamaha. Sorry you're uncomfortable, Yamaha.
No, I just had to sit there and hear it from Veal and say it back. Yes, this is the bus station footage.
Okay, yeah, so Emma, just so you know, basically what's happening is they are they saying goodbye to one another at the bus station, or they're both going
They're both
to
going.
Wisconsin? Okay, so yes,
Hey, Creme
they're
Spice.
both heading to his house
Yeah.
in Wisconsin,
His mom's house.
Yeah,
or his
'cause-
mom's house. Sorry.
yeah, because so last night when we watched it, they were at the
She
counter
chose a winner.
because he had a round trip ticket to get down there and go back. And so, but there was no more room on the bus. So what they had to do was he had to switch his ticket so they could get a ticket where they both could get on the same bus to go back. So that's what they were doing yesterday, and now they're doing this thing.
Yeah. Hello, Based Bet. I have not met you before, and welcome to chat.
Yeah. Really great to see you.
Good to see you.
So
Lovely to see new people in chat always. If you'd like to let us know how you found us, that'd be awesome.
disturbing dramatic readings.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Okay, so what are they doing and why are they showing us them actually standing in line and all that kind of jazz?
Will they board the bus?
Will
Stay tuned after break. After this brief message from our sponsors. Hopefully this footage doesn't get law and crime eated.
Yeah.
Does everyone know about that?
That's the greatest they never.
Yeah, okay. Well, while we're waiting to see what amazing thing eventuates from them being in the lobby,
Yeah.
do you want to tell everybody about law and crime being needed?
So on Nick's stream, he's covering the Young Thug trial. Well, they were playing some of the rap music he did, trying to use lyrics against him and stuff. Well, the lyrics are copyrighted. So Law and Crime's stream got taken down. They got yeeted mid-trial because they were playing rap music in the court. And it's so funny because Law and Crime are the biggest babies about people using their stream. Like Nick Mercada got cease and desist, and there's nothing they can do about it. But they were such babies about it and copywriting people who use their stream. Like their logo, streamers would put layouts over their logo.
Yeah.
They'd start moving their logo up slowly over the stream and changing it.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny that it happened to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karma.
I just put it on 1.75. It's like in a minute they're all just gonna start walking around like they're in a Benny Hill show.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna move
Just
forward.
fast forward.
Yeah, just fast forward because they're literally just standing there and then they leave the building.
Oh, you know this already.
Oh, really distant?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. They left the building.
Okay,
Ta-da.
this is really
Video's over.
Okay, so yeah, Distant is friends with Brandy Churchwell. And
okay.
they tried to take her stream down.
Oh,
You remember
really?
The Facebook pad
Yeah.
that was down in Waukesha.
Yes,
Did you remove a phone from that day?
I did.
A little LG phone?
Yes.
I didn't even show them getting on the
Mark
bus.
Stacy did it 94. You recognize that?
Plot
Yeah, after all that, they didn't show him getting off the bus.
I just
On
showed
the
them
bus.
walking
So
out the
that's
door.
like great, isn't it?
Is it substantially the same conditions when you took it out of the Facebook pad?
Yes,
Except that the battery's been removed now?
that is correct.
And we did take it to 94?
Any objection subject to the media behavior on
There.
so it'd be a debate subject to the media on
Oh, really? Bob Motter told him to shut it.
I don't know who he is, but that's
I
fine.
know who Bob Motter is. His defense diaries.
You were up in Waukesha.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
On his right hand, did he have
That's
any kind of
hilarious.
injury on that hand?
He did.
What kind of injury did he have on his right hand?
There was a cut on his finger.
Which finger?
My palm index finger.
The right index finger?
Correct.
Mm.
Did you obtain any kind of sample from the defendant?
I did.
What kind of sample did you obtain? from
What
the
kind of
defendant?
sample?
DNA sample.
How did
Love.
you obtain?
Through a search warrant.
Not a love sample.
And how physically did you obtain it?
Made contact with him at the jail and swab and some blood.
He made contact with
Did
him
you have an
and
opportunity to make
swabbed.
contact with Gypsy
He
Blanchard as
stuck
well?
it in his mouth and
And did you
swapped
obtain some
around.
more swabs of her DNA from her?
Yes.
Please, not that kind of sample.
The old Monica
pretty hard to get-
Lewinsky.
You
No,
you
he
can't get
failed
that kind
to
of
leave.
sample out of him.
It's been marked identification.
failed to-
178, you recognize that?
I do.
He hasn't produced that sample in
It's got a little
17
lab
years.
sticker at the bottom
Yeah.
Correct.
And a lab sticker on the back.
Correct.
Other than that, does it appear to be in substantially the same conditions when you packaged it?
Yes.
And what is State Exhibit 178?
It's a butyl swab from Godejohn.
Oh, I hate people who say buccal swab.
That's the way you pronounce it.
That's buckle.
Okay.
No.
It's buccal.
It's the correct pronunciation.
179
Buckle is
identification,
incorrect.
recognize that?
I do.
Buckle.
And does it also have some blue
That's
lab
the
sticker at the
incorrect
bottom?
pronunciation.
A lab sticker on the back?
Yes.
I know.
And you don't say pronunciation, it's pronunciation.
Pronunciation. I just pronunciated buccal.
So the DNA sample you took from Gypsy Blanchard?
That's correct.
Mrs. Sachs, don't be mad at me.
179. Okay.
Now you say Mr. Sex. I'm sorry.
Are you familiar with the manila envelope?
I'm gonna get some angry DMs.
Yes.
And it was addressed as if it had been mailed there, is that correct?
That is correct.
Did you open that up in Wisconsin, or what did you do with that item up there?
It wasn't open until the Green County.
Until you got here to
Are we
Green
saying
County?
so?
And so did you and another detective open that envelope?
Yes.
No,
Who
say it
was that
again.
You worked with on that?
At the time, as Detective Gypsy.
What?
Keep talking.
I'm talking. Fool me once.
Oh. Oh dear.
That's what you get for calling me Mrs. Sex.
I'm showing you a series of photos in this binder. If you just look at it one thing while I read off the numbers.
Well, now he's talking to himself.
133,
Damn it,
134,
woman. Okay.
135,
Did you hear me?
136,
No,
137,
Okay.
and
You got me
138,
there.
139, and 140,
he was down there going.
141. In general, do you recognize what's
No, I wouldn't do
depicted
the
in those
odd couple
photographs?
story.
Yes.
In general, what is depicted in those photographs?
Packaging.
Hey.
I mean, Pixie has a point, but-
Were you documenting removing the items from?
Okay.
that?
This is an important part of the trial, but I just want to stop for 2 seconds and say, Pixie, Melbourne people apparently say whatever the way you guys in America say 2-pack. But I was talking to a few people here in Brisbane recently, and they were like, "Nah, it's 2-pack."
Nah.
So there you go. Yeah, nah.
It's
I'm not the
Tupac.
only one.
It's Tupac
Australians do
Shakur.
say 2-pack. It's
Tupac
not just
Shakur.
me. It's not just a hella thing. People around here say 2-pack, and they're like, "What? People say 2-pack?"
It's
Really?
Tupac.
Junior.
Yeah, okay. So it's not just me, right? And I know that, okay, Brisbane people aren't bogans. No, we're not bogans. Hey, miss. Yeah, you just wait. No. We're not bogans either.
Ooh, Kim's
Hey.
an Aussie too.
Kim too. Oh, Kim. Oh,
Where's the little pill?
Where's Lil Pill?
I
Lil
know.
The
Pill's not
Western
here right now.
Australia opinion.
Tupac is how we say it here. So just Emma, what do you think?
God. Emma, you have,
Yes, Emma's
have
with
enough-
me.
you have another
Emma's
freaking
with-
Australian in chat? Good lord.
Yeah,
I'm the
we got a
minority.
few.
We're the minority.
Okay,
Bill.
we got and they're not even all here. Where's Emu Warrior? Where's Tragic? Tragic was here
Well,
earlier.
Tragic was here.
Yeah, okay, he was here
He
earlier.
said some
Okay,
really funny stuff.
Tragic's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Tragic's great. Yeah.
Like right
Pauline
when it's ended.
Hanson. Oh, don't even talk about her. Okay, you can't compare me to Pauline Hanson, right? Right. Pauline Hanson is like you. Okay, who's really right wing and hated in America? Like not like right wing
Marjorie
and
Taylor
liked.
Greene? Lauren Bobber?
Yeah, okay, I don't know who that is, but I'll have to look it up. But anyway, moving on with the trial.
The right wing AOC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the lady who got caught in a movie theater, like,
Oh,
getting
yeah.
her stuff played with, and her
Her
kind of doing
boobs on
some.
security camera were being grabbed by.
Yeah. Well, this
Yeah.
one actually went to prison.
That's
Like
well.
our one went to prison for being like
Mail
all
envelope.
sorts of stuff. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll talk about it later.
And the Australian accurately depict that process.
Yes, the
I'd move to admit pleading exhibits 131.
Yeah, we don't claim that, Ranga bitch.
133, 134, 135, 136, 137.
Hey, Dana, how's it
139,
going?
140 and 141.
Google says that it is
Okay, so
Tupac.
proceed without objection.
It is not. It's not. Too,
Dana is on
Well-
my side.
But is that a what
Looking
kind
at
of a day
62
is that though?
131, what we're looking at there.
Good
This is
says it.
Waukesha County's packaging that
Google doesn't know anything.
This is
Google doesn't know anything.
Google is asshole.
the back of what you just saw.
Good to see you, love.
Is-
How are
It
you?
is great to see you.
Pac. Yeah.
And on 133, is that just that label from the front turn so we can read it?
Sorry,
Is that just the label from the front of the
Yeah.
package turn so we can read it?
correct.
134, what is that?
Hey,
This is
I'm
the
Dina.
envelope
Are you
that
on
we
Twitter?
found
Actually, I was
in the
going to
bedroom
message you.
closet.
135.
That is the back of that same envelope that you just showed.
And was there another envelope inside of that?
There was,
Is that what we see here in 136?
that is correct.
What we're looking at here in 137.
This is the inside of that envelope, what the handle of the knife and two gloves sticking out of the top corner.
Good to see you,
We're looking at
Joe.
here in 138.
Ah, there we go.
This is
Nice.
the knife.
That's
This is
actually
the photo that was
a
removed
pretty
from that
decent looking
packaging, that
knife.
previous picture.
Oh, so
Wow.
the funny thing is,
Didn't she steal that
Um,
from Walmart?
the funny thing
Yeah,
is in the Lifetime documentary, there's pictures that Gypsy sent to him, and in one of them she has a knife, and in that picture with her with a knife, it looks suspiciously like this one.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's
Well,
not-
I
She's
mean,
in one of her personality costumes or whatever.
Oh, you mean the dress up cosplay kind
Oh,
of
that's
thing?
not Gypsy. That's her alternate persona.
Got you.
And I dropped a video back as how to pronounce Tupac.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It looks like a fishing knife. Hey, Tragic, how do you say Tupac, by the way? Because I just said Tupac. I just tried to say Tupac. Is that right?
I
Tupac?
say it's
Tupac.
pronounced Tupac.
It's Tupac. Tragic, how do
Tupac.
you say it? How much to remove Sal's mustache? Oh, that's a bit tricky. 25 US?
He's
Yep.
oh.
How's that? Is that doable?
Do you say it
Can do
pack
that.
tragic? Is it pack?
Tupac.
Oh, he says tragic.
Y'all
Thank you,
obviously
Liz.
don't know how to speak.
Quit
English.
encouraging EU.
Hey, look, listen. I am just speaking the way I speak. It's not. I'm not doing it to piss anybody off. This is just how I speak, and I ain't changing it for no one.
It's really
Right.
ironic that
How
like
do you say?
13 years ago I was racist against Australians, and now I'm streaming with all of them.
Okay, I just want to go back a bit because I wasn't paying much attention. So, then 132. This is the back of what we just saw, and then we go forward. All right, so they put a mailing address and a return address on the stupid thing.
Yeah.
It only cost $2.94 to send it, right?
Ah.
And then
Freaking inflation.
yeah. Okay, so she sent the gloves and the murder weapon.
Yeah.
In this thing. Well, at least it had like nice packaging, I suppose. And then okay, yeah, right. And then
Thank you,
Okay,
Mrs. Sachs.
shut up. And then and then we have the gloves. They're not very good gloves. Like you'd think they'd be like rubber gloves, like dish gloves.
No, they're
Well-
just nitrate gloves.
Well, he didn't ask OJ.
Yeah, right. Oh, Young, check you out. Thank you. Oh, we're so close, guys. Only $5 more.
You are the best, Young.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to keep super chatting me, babe. I love you, though. You are so great. You are my first mod and you're my super mod. Just love you. Love you, love you, love you. Wow. Okay, so what we need is just $5 more, and we're going to get Dali looking so much closer to being Dali Rose with just with no facial hair. Wow. I've got
Thank
my
you so
work
much,
cut out
Young.
for me.
I know.
Thank you so much, Young.
Kim,
You did so much to support the channel.
I used to work at GoDaddy, and it was kind of the night shift. And Australians would call in like the last 3 hours of the day because of their time zone. It was almost midnight for me.
Yeah.
Every time they were assholes. Every single time they were assholes. So I just assumed all of Australia were assholes. And I admit I was bigoted. I stereotyped you and I apologize. But for years, I thought all Australians were assholes because of my experiences.
That's all right. We usually think Americans are assholes. So
Yeah, fair.
Most of us are.
generally, yeah.
fair.
That's the general view over here.
Yes.
Yeah. Sal can't seem to get away from GoDaddy. Burn. Burn, burn,
Oh,
burn.
dear.
All right, let's keep going.
That was removed from that packaging.
But
of that
no, I
previous
love you
picture.
guys.
$5 more, guys. Oh, HC, we love you.
I do
So
now.
just like the review.
140,
It just took a while.
Four of them handle, looks like a beating.
141.
And this is the knife with what with the seal.
That's right.
Did you
A-holes are
repackage,
worldwide.
those gloves and the knife?
Yes.
Oh, young. So without a mustache will make some fellas.
Aww.
Some fellas what?
Lose-
Bend their heads.
lose
Turn
their
their heads. Oh, baby, I think you're right. This wouldn't like me to do 25. This thing wouldn't like me to do
Oh,
25.
that's weird.
I adore you, Young.
Actually,
Actually,
with the marker
you and I need to
the
chat
picture,
later. I need to have a G-chat with you later. Are you going to be up tonight,
Do you recognize that?
Young?
Yes.
No.
What is
Oh,
it? 144.
This is the packaging that we repackaged everything in after we photographed it, me and the detective stain.
You mean everything? You mean the gloves?
Yes, sorry, the gloves. Correct.
Okay. And they've been since removed. from
Okay,
the
I have work to
bag,
do.
put in a
I get my Photoshop
bag
out.
So they're easier to view. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Are these gloves in substantially the same
Big round of
condition
applause for Young.
as they were when you repackaged them?
Yes.
Thank you for
Yeah,
supporting the
just
channel.
because
Thank you for everything.
That's
And
correct.
they've been separated here.
Correct.
Correct.
yeah, this thing won't let me type right either.
144. Okay. We received without.
That's
So there's
okay.
one glove that's laid out
can talk
flat
tomorrow.
here. As I look at it, does it have any kind of cut on any
No
of the
hurry.
fingers?
Yes.
Which finger?
The index finger.
May I have the witness step down with me to the document camera? Yes.
Oh, what's she going to do?
It's going to have him present to the camera.
You put that in gloves.
Excuse me, 2 seconds. I'm just going to open some windows.
Because they want him to put the knife as close to the defendant as possible.
Why don't you go ahead and put the knife in the defendant's hand and pointed at the prosecutor.
Are they going to check the glove fits? Hey, it's too small.
It doesn't fit. I can't get it on. I'll try new one. I can't get it on.
Set it on there. We'll see if we can see that.
It doesn't fit.
Freaking idiot.
The glove don't fit. You must quit.
Oh, they baited the prosecution into that, and it just that was just so bad.
Huh?
Oh, it's a kitty cat. Oh no.
What's not true?
Your mom?
No, I don't know what Jung is asking me. She said that's not true, is it?
All right, so this would be the thumb of the glove here, correct?
That is correct.
Reach
So this would be the index finger in the glove?
Yes.
Let's see. All right, it's not very visible on the camera. May have the detective walk along the rail and hold the glove and hold it on one of these pieces of paper. You see this.
Ladies and gentlemen in the back row, if you want to stand up, it might be easy.
Distant.
No, they use blue gloves. He's using black
Gloves?
gloves in the courtroom. I could have said gloves, like Gypsy said. All you need is a knife
just
and
itch
glove.
his head. I think he's liced. Where did Hella go?
She said she had to open some windows to
Oh,
do the
I
Photoshop.
feel like ending her stream. Oh, I'm so insecure about my laugh, young.
When you take your seat, would you take a moment and look at that box? It's marked State Exhibit 135 in front of you.
You're repeating yourself, Jung.
You recognize that?
Yes. And what is that? Was the packaging that we put the knife into the, I had moved it to take some photographs of the initial sort of common evidence thing.
So the knife we saw was removed from the postage
Sure
envelope.
can.
Correct.
And other than the fact that it's got some blue evidence tape and some lab markings on it, it's substantially in the same condition as when it was repackaged.
Yes.
And that
And you open it to look at it for trial, correct?
Stop.
Yes.
babu stop.
Like,
So if you
no,
look
he
inside,
like will
there's a
randomly
paper envelope.
try to
with writing
climb up
on
the
it
wall.
with blue lab tape on it, correct?
launch himself up
And
as
also,
far as he
the
can,
knife
like
inside
climb
there
on the door frame.
Is it substantially
And
the
just
same
do this
condition?
Spider-Man
Other than
thing.
some blue
Yes,
film and other
Ken.
things on it in
He's
the lab?
a
Him,
bit
yes.
special.
I moved
Me?
it to Exhibit 145.
No, the defendant.
Oh,
See what that
okay.
Oh, yes, I'll too.
And the knife is in
Well,
a sheet, right, a plastic sheet here.
It's a black plastic sheet.
It
Yes.
was like we saw it in the pictures, correct? You're on this time, let's say, leave the board down and take it, remove it, and remove the sheet so that you can see what it looks like out the sheet. Yes. But first,
love. I'm kind of the pussy. The pussy isn't kind to me. Young. Speaking of pussy on screen.
Yeah.
It's a work
Want
in
to see your
progress.
emoji? Can everyone get out their serif emojis?
Aw,
Hello. Hello.
baboon.
Hello.
so that's surgery.
Oh, he just drooled on me. You're such an old man.
She said that to me last night.
Shut up. Oh, how Irish, thank you. He does look angry.
She was angry.
You're an angry face, aren't you?
Babu looks angry.
Where's Babu? I want to see Babu.
He's up doing havoc
Where's the other baboon?
with him.
Where are the baboon? Hey, for my members, I'm gonna post you guys a video of the cats that I'm cat sitting.
And you flew
They
there
have
with
absolutely destroyed
And,
that house.
You interviewed.
It's hilarious.
No, sir, I did not. I'm wholly interviewed again.
And you interviewed.
Well, it's not going to be hilarious to my friend when he gets back.
And those interviews weren't at the same time, were
They destroyed his house?
And while
Yes.
Detective Mahoney,
okay.
Interviewed
I know.
Godejohn, you were
Not
watching
yours.
it
Okay.
from,
You should see his
closed
dining
circuit camera,
chairs.
correct? And while you were interviewing
They were
Gypsy
leather.
Blanchard, Officer Detective Mahoney was watching you on a closed circuit camera.
Correct.
It's amusing.
And you left Wisconsin with a whole bunch of evidence.
Correct.
Bags and bags of evidence.
Correct.
How'd you get that on the plane?
We didn't take the plane, rented a vehicle. Yeah, once the evidence was transferred to us, we went immediately into that vehicle, and it was never left either my side or Detective Holt's side.
So you drove back.
That is correct.
Okay. And you were the lead investigator on this case, correct?
I was assigned case, yes.
And
Not like the Curtis Reed's case where they had to drive to Alabama and they didn't
You're
look at
familiar
the
with
evidence
the,
for 5 weeks after they
home
got
on
it.
Volunteer Way,
Mhm.
correct?
Yes.
I don't know if you ever saw that.
And there was a Nissan
Yeah.
Cube in the driveway.
I believe it was a cube.
That
Yeah,
was
well,
like
that-
one of the
Congratulations,
funniest
you
cross
mentioned-
examinations of a lead detective I've ever seen.
And were the keys to that vehicle found inside the house?
I don't recall that. I didn't process this.
Can you pause it 1 sec?
Yep.
Just
We watched
that detective was a lead investigator. He did such a bad job. He retired as a police officer. He got his pension. He did pest control. Nick Reichardt covered the trial. This guy, I heard in an interview with Curtis Reed's lawyer, the prosecutor went up to him, his lawyer before, and said that Proctor, the detective, was so nervous, so terrified about being cross-examined because he knew how bad the investigation was, that he had diarrhea for 2 days before. And he was just destroyed. Like, he couldn't even make eye contact with Curtis Reed's attorney. It was hilarious. And Reichardt and Bronca were just there, just laughing hysterically. I'm sorry, just carry.
That's all right.
the
That's all right.
videos of the hotel and the Greyhound bus station, correct?
Correct.
Those were all cash transactions by Mr. Godejohn.
Correct.
And the deposit was returned with a $50 bill, correct?
To the best of my knowledge, I didn't actually see it, but I believe that's correct.
Okay. And Nick checked into that hotel under his name, Nicholas Godejohn.
Correct.
And that was the
And
trial where
everything was
the
paid for by cash.
prosecutor
There weren't
and
any
the
credit
potential
cards.
juror
No,
break
no.
down crying
Basically.
because she reminded him of someone.
Yes, sir.
No, no.
Thank you, please be excused.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Officer, thank you, appreciate it. Folks, it's about noon. Do you have a quick witness or should we recess for lunch?
I thought he'd be
All right.
acquitted.
All right.
I mean,
Ladies
I
and
went in thinking he was guilty until I watched the trial, and it was just like, yeah, no, this is pretty clear. Holy
Yeah.
crap! I just said, yeah, no.
Yeah.
You did. It's yeah, nah.
Oh God, I'm turning into an Australian.
You're way not cool enough.
Can you say Tupac?
Tupac.
Tupac.
I'm even more Australian than you.
Y'all get lunch on the police? You have another meeting? Yeah.
That guy looks way too happy to be there.
I
He
know.
does. He's
He looks
like, this
Chandler
is
Halderson's judge.
yeah. It is
It is
received.
received.
I'm so excited to put this man in jail for the rest of his life. Come on
Like,
now.
let's go.
His stream was way
I
too
had people
long.
fall off when we swear.
Pretty soon our menstrual cycles are going to sync up.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony about
The menstrual
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You got it.
I do. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you please state your name? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't work, but you can do that.
Yeah, every next one. And Mr. Exner, what's your current occupation?
I currently work in sales and marketing at Dynamic DNA Laboratories.
And
Did you ever hear the story
what do you
about
do
an
at
honest
Dynamic
lawyer?
DNA Laboratories?
Right now, focused on sales and marketing of
Me
our
neither.
number of variety of genetic tests and other things we do.
How long have you worked there?
Since April of this year.
And what did you do prior to working at Dynamic DNA Laboratories?
Prior to working at Dynamic, I worked for the Missouri State Highway Patrol Crime Laboratory here in Springfield.
How long did you work for the Missouri State Highway Patrol?
A little over 5 years.
And what were your duties with the crime lab here?
Yeah, my duties mainly consisted of locating, identifying, and genetically typing biological material, and then making subsequent comparisons to known reference standards.
And what was your title?
I was a DNA criminalist.
And in order to work as a DNA criminalist, did you first, actually, let me back up. First, what's your educational background?
I got my undergraduate degree from Southwest Baptist University in Baldwin, Missouri in biology, and then went on and got my master's in plant science from Missouri State University.
Plant
And
science.
in order
Plant
to work as a
science.
criminalist, did you have to go through additional training from the Missouri Highway Patrol?
Yeah, did
It's
you have to
gonna
go
be
through
about-
additional?
Generally consisted of about a year and a half of
Wait.
in-house.
Is he going to talk about DNA? Because this is going to be like, it's similar to the Brian Koberger case. The genealogist is actually a botanist to start off with. We'll see.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Training of understanding the
Look,
technology from my educational background, but then
Look,
figure out ways to apply it and running a number of example.
Yes.
It is very common for like lawyers to do bullshit degrees, like creative writing. I think Nick and even Bronca did that. Nick Ricada.
Bullshit degrees in creative
Because you have to
writing.
get a college degree, like
Yeah.
2 years or 2 years.
Yeah.
You have to have a college degree to get into law school.
Yeah.
So whatever the field is, so you just do a
Yeah,
bullshit
you just
degree
choose
that's
something. Yeah.
But you're then going into like being DNA and like this advanced science.
Yeah.
That's really like why?
Well, you got to choose something. And like
Okay, do
writing
something
is not a
related
bad
to-
thing. No, writing's not a bad thing because it helps you to like write all the papers and things that you need to write.
I mean, if
So-
you want to be like a trial lawyer, I would do theater or drama.
Yeah, that's
Or
true. Actually, that could
psychology.
help you.
Psychology,
Psychology's good. Yeah.
yeah, for juries.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
there's things you can do, but anyways, yeah. I'm sorry. Just-
Counsel is so far from the witness, he'll have to text his questions.
Tools and different samples kind of prepared before work.
And how long was that process?
About a year and a half.
Mr. Exner, just in general, what is DNA?
Okay, I told you it'd be DNA.
Ribonucleic acid.
Huh?
A fancy word that really is just the blueprint of life. It's what makes us unique and what makes us all human.
And where do we get our DNA?
We get half of our DNA from our father and half of our DNA from our mother.
Why is he
So if
hazardous,
you're
though?
working at the criminalist at the crime lab and you receive a piece of evidence, are there some preliminary steps you go through to see if there's anything
Whoa.
on there that may even be suitable for testing?
Dude, I don't need to see his booger, sir.
You restate the question again. Yeah.
Let's take it. You get an item of clothing.
Mhm.
Is there a preliminary stage that when you look at that item of clothing that you go through to see if there's maybe something on there you can
Is
test?
Becky Hill the
Generally,
court
what
reporter?
we'll have is kind of a summary of whatever the incident is. And so knowing what the summary is and knowing oftentimes what type of biological material we would be looking for would often dictate the type of DNA analysis I would perform.
And then if you are able to locate DNA, are you able to put that into some kind of format that you can see?
Yes.
Well, I look for it
Exactly.
where I normally
That would be called a
leave it,
DNA
so-
profile.
Now,
Got
if
a
you're
good
able
idea.
to develop a DNA profile from a piece of evidence, do you necessarily know whose DNA
Why
that
is he making love eyes
Not
at
initially,
the
no.
So then is
prosecutor?
it common for you to receive
Hey,
maybe
Yeah,
a suspect's
like-
DNA or a victim's DNA so that you can compare?
Yes, it is common practice for us to have a what we call a reference standard from all
This guy is
subjects
so
associated with the case, whatever it was.
And what was the most common form that you would get those reference standards?
The most common form would be what's called a buccal swab, BUCCAL, and that
You see, he's a
stands the medical term for the inside
Yeah.
of the cheek.
Okay, I like this guy all of a
Would be the most
sudden.
common.
you said
This
Then
guy's
assuming
trustworthy.
You're able to develop a DNA profile from a piece of
You
evidence.
said
you
buckle
compare
is the
that
right way.
profile to
I
those
said
of your
buckle.
reference standards from
No,
a
you didn't.
suspect
It's
and or
buckle.
victim.
rewind
I
it.
did say buccal.
Now, if a profile
Okay,
from a
but
piece
no,
of
it's
evidence
actually
is
buckle. I was
consistent
wrong.
with
It's not
somebody's
buckle,
known
it's
profile,
buckle.
how do you word that?
Generally, we would word it as that it would be consistent with.
And why do you use that phrase?
You're
instead
driving
of
me insane today.
Yeah, a big part of it has to
She
do
is so
with the fact
pissed
that
at me
we don't
today.
look at the entire strand of DNA. We only look at generally in this case 16 locations
He's good looking.
along the DNA. So the DNA being
Thank you. I
buildings
know I've been
usually
working
long.
out. I've
We
been
would
trying
look
to,
for
you know,
16
hit the
different
gym.
locations
You
within
know,
that.
thank you,
So
though. I really
without being able to
appreciate it.
test the whole
No
strand of
worries.
DNA. That's really all we can say.
But then are you able to use statistics to put a probability that those profiles
This is
actually
why I
are from
love
the same
you.
person?
Yes, I could.
And how does that work?
So generally, there have been studies that have been done that have
Wow.
shown what are called relative frequencies. So they've looked at these locations over a large number of people and given certain ethnic
St.
backgrounds,
Huger
they
would
can
really
see
love
how
to be a
often
lawyer all of a
these,
sudden.
what are called
Mhm.
alleles at these locations, how often they would come up in certain population groups.
From the Young
And so
Turks,
we would apply
he once said that
the statistical
animals,
weight
if animals
to
don't
that,
object to
and then do those
bestiality, it should be
comparisons and
illegal.
create a result that we would report out.
Drawing your attention now to back in 2015, did you take part in a case that involved the death of someone named Claudine Blanchard?
Is it okay if I look at my notes?
Yes.
Wait.
Yes,
You're
it is.
there to
And what
testify
was your
about this.
role in the investigation?
You just
In
had
this
to ask
particular investigation, I was the DNA
to
analyst
open his
assigned to the
notes
case.
to know
And were
if
there
you
various items then that you went ahead and tested?
Yes, there was.
testified.
And
Or if
in
you
about early
did testing for the
2016,
DNA?
did you complete some reports that had the results of your testing?
Yes, I did.
Now, you mentioned reference standards being that you know it comes from a certain person. Did you have those in this case?
Yes, I did.
Which ones did you have?
I had the buccal swabs from the 3
Buccal.
subjects associated in this case.
Thank you, sir.
Buckle swabs.
Good pronunciation.
Yes.
sir.
Here.
Pronunciations, yes.
State Exhibit 43.
It's
that
buckle.
Buckle swab of the victim, Ms. Blanchard.
Yes.
And this tape right here that you used that.
Yes, I can tell both by the tape at the bottom with my initials and date across that, as well as our crime lab barcode that we apply to every piece of evidence that comes into the lab. I also have my initial and date on that as well.
All right. Now I'll show you what's already been admitted as case exhibit 178. Is this the reference standard of Mr. Godejohn?
Yes, it appears to be.
And again, same tape and marking as you described earlier.
Yes.
And then lastly, state exhibit 179. Is that a reference standard for Gypsy Blanchard?
Yes, it appears to be.
And you know you handle it for the same reason you've already described.
Yes.
Babu, stop it. Get an Aussie
Some of
count, they
the,
said.
were some of the items
be fun,
that
they
you
said.
tested, did those come from the bathroom? at
Get an Aussie on, they
West
said.
Volunteer Way?
You're on my
Get an
channel.
Aussie on
My
stream,
understanding, yes.
they said.
Who said that?
Specifically, did you test some paper towels?
Myself, I was
Yes,
an
I did.
idiot.
Shut up.
There in State Exhibit 24,
Love you.
and now State Exhibit 25, we see a roll of paper towels. When you received it, it would have been an evidence bag, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
But then by the time you actually tested it, would you have taken it out and tested the red substance there at the top?
Go full
I always
Yes.
take it out to test it.
And what were
Couple
the results
Qs,
of
love
your
some
testing
As.
of the paper towel?
So after testing with a chemical that we call leucomalachite, just looking, it's a chemical that we use to color change
what
tests that reacts to blood.
exactly
And
involved
After
with this
testing that.
meddling?
I say that it screened positive for the presence of blood.
And then did you make comparison to the known profiles that you had?
Yes, I did.
And
Is that
were
a
there
scientific
any
conclusion? Pretty
Yes, there was.
positive.
And what was that result?
The profile that I developed
Pretty
from the,
positive.
Hey, it was
Yes,
good enough for
exactly.
Zachariah Anderson.
screen positive blood
It's
stain is
pretty
consistent with that
Standard
of
for
Nicholas
Zach.
Godejohn,
That's that. Good
and
enough
has an
standard for
approximate
them.
frequency of 1 in 89.93 quadrillion in the Caucasian population and 1 in
Racist.
20.46 quintillion in the black population.
Even more racist.
Slovenia
How dare you
Blanchard
say
was
black?
the source of the profile.
And that was a big number that you mentioned. Is that more than the population?
It was a D large number.
Yes, it is.
I'll
Now,
put it in my
you can
orals
look up there
4
at State
folder.
Exhibit 28. You also did some testing on that swab from the sink. Can you describe what your results
What kind of
were from
swab
that?
was it, sir?
Item
He's
14.1,
holding the
14.1
swab
being
up.
the crime laboratory number for this. I say that a DNA profile was developed and is characteristic of being a mixture of 3 individuals. Claudine Blanchard, Gypsy
No,
Blanchard,
but
and Nicholas Godejohn cannot be
we're in
eliminated as
talks with
contributors to the
Curly,
mixture.
Larry, and Shem.
So when you receive a mixture, do you still do the same thing where you assign a
Get it?
a number
Yes.
or percent probability that it is a mixture of those three individuals?
It's a
I
similar
got it.
process, again, using the statistics that we have from studies that have been done. But in this case, we utilize what's called a likelihood ratio, and we essentially put forth
And it wasn't even the
hypothesis, and we
second
look at,
day.
likelihoods
Yes,
of those
they
particular
swabbed her
alleles at those locations
butt.
to determine whether or not we assign some weight to it.
And
Because
what
that's
was
where they-
that
Well, we'll get to
statistic
it.
or
I
hypothesis
mean,
about
I
this
usually use
mixture
my
from this swab?
buccal swab for
So from
that.
this swab, the observed mixture profile is 475.7 quintillion times in the Caucasian population and 8.084 septillion times in the Black population, more likely to occur under the scenario that it originated from a mixture
You
of
like to
DNA
say Black
from
population?
Claudia Blanchard,
Why
Gypsy
do
Blanchard,
you have to
and
bring race
Godejohn,
into this,
as
sir?
opposed to the scenario that the mixture originated
Because
from a mixture
it's
of
only about
DNA from
DNA.
unknown, unrelated individuals.
Oh, next you're going to say it's
Then
the
lastly, did you
Palestinian
also do
population.
some
God
testing
damn
on
it.
knife?
God damn it.
Yes, I did.
What about the secret Jew case? Can you tell me that population?
I wanted to show you what's already been admitted as State's Exhibit 145. But is that the knife that you tested?
Yes, it is.
And then there seem to be.
Can you
several
show the
swabs
jury
that
what it
we
is?
take
Can you
with
show
us.
me what it is?
Those were the swabs that I took from various parts of the knife.
Apparently
May appear
not.
the same or substantially
Various parts of what?
Yes, I agree.
I'll just go ahead and
What was
close
your
this back
general
up.
approach to testing the knife?
So a large part of our in-house training program that we deal with the Highway Patrol is dealing with a number of samples from potentially a number of different scenarios. And so my time with Patrol, having worked a variety of cases, including those with knives, I basically swapped different parts of the knife because basically there would be a kind of a story to tell from each part of the knife.
Oh, there's a story on the
So
knife.
if you look over your shoulder there at State's Exhibit 138, I know with the blue glove aside, is that photograph the knife that we just looked at? in
Buckle
the exhibit?
this. They swapped her
Yes, it
butt.
appears to be.
Let's hope not.
And,
Oh, they
what
actually- they
was-
probably wouldn't.
Did you test the blade of this knife?
Because they were trying to find
Yes, I
out
did.
whether or not he
And
raped her.
what, if any, results came from testing the blade?
The blade did screen positive for the presence of blood, and that a DNA profile was developed from that, and that the profiles consist of being a mixture of two individuals. The major component of the mixture is consistent with the profile developed from Claudia Blanchard and has an approximate frequency of 1 in
This is turning out to
2.196
be a little bit harder than I
in the
thought it was
Caucasian
going to be.
population and 1 in 137.8 quadrillion in the Black population.
I'm trying to get rid of his beard as well, but that's a little bit of a bonus.
Now, did you also test the handle of the knife?
Yes, I did.
Did you just test one place?
Wait,
or
maybe I
more
should
than
have gone
one?
about that a different
In
way.
this case, I swabbed more than one.
And specifically, what areas of the handle did you test?
In this instance, I swabbed the red part of the handle there, and then I also swabbed where the red part of the handle met the black part of the handle.
Taking first the red part of the handle, what was the result of your testing on that part?
That also screened positive for the presence of blood. A DNA profile was developed and was consistent of being a mixture of two individuals. Nicholas Godejohn and Claudia Blanchard cannot be eliminated as contributors to the mixture. The observed mixture profile is 1.719 billion times in the Caucasian population and 56.15 billion times in the Black population, more likely to occur under the scenario that originated from a mixture of DNA from Claudia Blanchard and Nicholas Godejohn, as opposed to the scenario that the mixture originated from a mixture of DNA from Claudia Blanchard and an unknown, unrelated individual.
And then how about where you swapped, where the black part of the handle meets the red part of the handle? What were your results there?
From that one, a DNA profile was developed and is characteristic of being a mixture of three individuals. Claudia Blanchard, Gypsy Blanchard, and Nicholas Godejohn cannot be eliminated as contributors to the mixture. The observed mixture profile is 59.88 quadrillion times in the Caucasian population and 6.12 quintillion times in the Black population, more likely to occur under the scenario that it originated from a mixture of DNA from Claudia Blanchard, Gypsy Blanchard, and Nicholas Godejohn, as opposed to the scenario that the mixture originated from a mixture of DNA from three unknown, unrelated individuals.
Okay, so it was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't someone else.
I don't have any other questions, Jeremy.
Which would make sense because if she handed the knife to him, then her DNA would be on it.
True.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye. Come again.
Would you like a squishy with that?
Awesome. Why don't we just go through that?
Thank you for the stabby info.
Okay.
Now, folks, our next witness is going to take a little while, and so we're going to break in the middle of the testimony on direct. We normally don't do that, but that way you aren't sitting too long.
Oh,
We need to
that's
break
nice
though
of you.
before we get to that.
They're gonna
stopping
stop,
point.
collaborate,
Just
and
raise your hand
listen
and stop that. I don't want to make anybody
is what
else.
they're gonna do.
Okay. So Mr. Patterson. State calls Michael Costello.
Because ICE is back with a brand new invention called stealing other people's music and passing it off on them as my own.
Come on up, sir. Have a seat right here.
Okay, who's this? Who's up?
If you raise your right hand, you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in the cause, not anything for the court, will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. I do. Thank you. Yes. Say the name for the
Let it be the psychologist.
Michael Costello.
No, I don't think so.
We'll objection. That'll be subject to what we talked about in the back.
I don't think the shrinks come in until defense.
Costello. How are you employed? I'm a computer forensic analyst with
Ooh.
the Justice Department. Could you describe for the jury what a computer forensic analyst is? My job is to process digital evidence. So digital evidence
yes.
is anything that can store data related to a criminal case, but pretty much everything I work on is smartphones, computers,
yes.
and memory cards. It's my job to go out to scenes and collect that evidence, pull the information from that, analyze it, and then create reports for investigators. You said you work for the Springfield Police Department, correct? Correct. You sometimes assist other agencies like the Greene County Sheriff's Office? Yes. Do you have some certifications that enable you to do the work that you do? Yes, I have 3. What are they? I'm a certified forensic computer examiner, which is put on by the International Association of Computer Investigative Specialists.
When we do,
that
yes.
certification requires a multi-month process.
When Gypsy's
where,
on, we're going to make the biggest giant deal of it, and we're going to watch it all the way through. Yes.
Examples.
Pause.
Data, the process, and answer questions about it.
Please.
In case certified examiner, in case it's a
Hang
software
on.
tool,
I need to
that we
find
use
it
sometimes
because
in
I'm
forensics,
just, I've got a lot of tabs
require
open. Just a
going
minute.
to, several training classes and also a testing process after that. I am also
That's
a
okay. It's not like it's breaking news or anything.
Celebrate is a-
Nothing important.
Mm.
Anjanette Levy. SLED confirms it has two dose criminale investigations underway into Colleton County Clerk of Court Becky Hill, our Southern Belle.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, what are the investigations?
I don't know.
They
Is
just
that all
said
they say?
They just said that they
That's-
have 2.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
So there's going to be new information coming soon, at least in the next day or 2. But that's just
Sweet.
Becky Boo is in deep doo-doo. Our sweet Southern Belle is going
Hang
through
on,
hell.
it's SLED.
Yes.
Did you say SLED? Right. Okay, so we're talking criminal stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they said criminal charges, right? Or criminal cases or something.
Yeah. Oh, okay. One regarding her alleged interactions with the jury in the Murdaugh trial, and 2 regarding allegations she used her elected position for personal gain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would be. Yeah. Well, I mean, we know that though, don't we? I mean, really, that's not news. But I mean, it's not news. But I mean, I can't believe it's taken this long for them to actually do that. Do we trust SLED to investigate anything though? Well, no. But I mean, we know that they can charge people. They charge like Murdoch.
The FBI, I think, is probably looking at it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the financial crimes.
It's taken this long because of the fact that she was kind of untouchable. Whereas now the thing is that people are like, okay, well, they've turned against her, and so it's
become too big of a deal to not.
It's become too big of a deal not to. It's financial crime. This is the one thing SLED can do. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You know what I really hope? I hope that she's not charged with something before the evidentiary inquiry so that she has to get up on the stand
I don't
and she
think
can
they're
plead the
going to
fifth.
charge her before then. I think they're waiting.
Yeah. So she can't plead the fifth because she can plead the fifth if she's charged. Yep.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's a weird area, but and it's so funny. Like Murdaugh has already resolved his financial stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So he's really not got that much on the line. He wants a retrial for the unalivings, but
he would
he's
not
still
have
going to
got
be in
one
jail.
if it was not for our sweet Southern Belle.
Exactly.
And now he's going to get one almost certainly.
Almost
Or they might not
because of
charge
her.
him.
Because of her. All right, back
And
to this.
he can go to a lower security prison, better life, and get out one day.
Every single day, there's something more with her. There really
I
is.
just love it. It just, I hated
It
it
never
so
stops.
much. And it
It
keeps
never
sucking me
ever
back in.
stops. It does.
Phone forensic tools.
Yeah.
They have several levels of certification. That's the
It's
highest.
like a really good hooker.
Yeah.
Do you have some additional training
Cowboy
in
looking at her.
addition to the certification?
Yeah, I have over 700 hours.
I've been
in
there.
Forensic training covering everything from getting data from devices, how
Jeez,
data
Dali, why do you
stored
need so
on
much
devices,
weird facial hair? This is really
how
difficult.
operating systems save those and artifacts that are left behind.
Why do you?
So
Why you?
Artifact left behind. Can you just generally tell us what you mean by that?
Artifact would be something like web history.
Not Becky Hill is
or
going to have a
chat
field day with
messages,
this.
Something.
Oh, yeah.
specific to a certain person.
Do you also teach?
I love her.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
That first certification that I mentioned, the certified forensic computer examiner, the first half of that process, you have a coach that grades your work and answers all of your questions. So I've been doing that
I've
for other
DM'd you
people that
this.
are going through that process, being their coach for several years. I also teach classes to detectives on investigating digital crimes.
Did you have an occasion in 2015 to assist the Greene County Sheriff's Office in the investigation of the death of Claudine Blanchard?
Yes.
And in the course of that work, did you examine a Hewlett-Packard desktop computer tower?
Yes.
And you've looked at that recently, correct? It's a physical item?
Yes.
In our office. So if I just hold up, it takes it to 86. You recognize that?
Yes, that's it.
And then you also examine a Hewlett-Packard Pavilion laptop DV6000 that has a white top lid.
Yes.
And when you examined that, was it contained in a bag, also like a black computer laptop bag?
Yeah.
And you've seen that recently as well?
Yes.
Is that what's contained in State Exhibit 89?
I believe so, yes.
And you examined some phones as well?
Correct.
I'll lock these up. Case Exhibit 79 has been introduced as a Kyocera flip phone. Is that the phone you examined?
Yes.
Oh, Kyocera, I remember them.
Case Exhibit 94 is an LG touchscreen phone. Is that the phone you examined?
Yes.
Oh, yes, Jan.
So with regard to the two
see if I can
computers,
find it.
States Exhibit 86 and 89.
It's
you
hilarious.
performed
It's a
examination.
parody of Becky Hill.
Yes.
You described what
But
you
it's
did
so
to-
funny. She is so or he.
I take pictures of the device.
Hilarious.
I then remove the hard drive out of it. In the case
So
of
random
the
and just
desktop, it actually had 2 hard drives. I then create what's called a forensic image of that hard drive, which essentially just means it's an exact copy of the data that's on the hard drive, but there's some checks in there to make sure that it is an exact copy. I then do all of my analysis using that copy. I use several different software tools to do that. One of those is called X-Ways Forensic, that just allows you to browse and search and a bunch of other things. Another program I use is called Internet Evidence
go to
Finder, or
replies to
IEF
see
for
her
short.
replying to people. That's where she mostly does it.
Looks more for specific artifacts, and actually its specialty is web browser history and chat messages. The other thing I do is I take that and I essentially boot the copy of those computers on my computer so I can kind of see
She
how
just responded
it looked
to someone
use.
saying, "Do you think
I'm
Alex
using something
Murdaugh is
called
guilty?"
resolutions.
She said, "Does the Pope shed in
Once
the
I
woods?
Do all that. I bookmark the things.
Does
that
the what
I think
shit in the
important,
woods?
and I
Does the
provide that
Pope
to
shed in the woods?"
And so when
There's
I-
an expression like, "Does the Pope wear a white hat?"
Oh, yeah.
Or like, "Does a bear
Yeah, yeah.
shed in the woods?" So
Yeah.
she
You
confused the
examined
two.
these two computers to see if the date and time stamps were accurate on them.
Yes, what I do is I go into the BIOS while the hard drive is disconnected, which is that thing you initially see when it starts up that kind of controls it at the basic level. And I look at the date and time there. The desktop computer was correct, and the laptop computer was only 2 minutes off, so they were essentially correct.
Did you do something to examine the computer to see if you could tell, just based on the contents of the computer, who was it that used the computer?
Yes.
How do you do that?
I go through and look and see what stuff is there that indicates who used it. So in this case, you can look at things like he had some chat applications installed, and the username that he used was in Godejohn 89. There were some documents that were on them that indicated they were written by Mr. Godejohn. You can look at the saved logins for websites in his web browser, and those all indicated in Godejohn 89 as well. And there's also pictures that were taken and videos that were taken with the webcam on them, and they showed him as well.
As you looked at these two computers, was there anything about the way they were set up, or the accounts were set up on them, that was perhaps more sophisticated or different than what a typical user would do in your experience?
That's hilarious.
Some things that were a little different. He had several.
And I did not know this, but not Becky Hill is not really Becky Hill.
First, let's talk about a little bit about cleaning programs. What do you mean by a cleaning program?
They're programs that are intended to try and make your computer run faster. So in doing so, it normally removes a lot of things. With that, it also erases a lot of the history of what the user has done on the computer.
Such that if it's been cleaned by the cleaner, you wouldn't be able to recover it if it's done it properly.
Correct. In theory, if it cleans it correctly, all of that evidence would be gone. One of the programs he had installed, he had at least two. One of them was actually scheduled to run 3 times a week, so it would have been running pretty frequently.
In spite of those programs, were you able to find some artifacts and data on the computers relevant to this case?
Yes, I found that program that was scheduled to run did not erase everything. It was not erasing stuff correctly if you wanted to leave nothing behind.
So is that a user error or a problem with the program itself?
It's a problem with the program itself. If he was to pull up his web browser and look at his web history, there wouldn't be any there. But it was still leaving data behind in the databases that the history is stored in.
So as the user of that computer, I would think it was working properly.
Correct.
You mentioned something about encryption. Can you tell us what you meant by that?
Yeah, so the desktop computer had 2 hard drives. The first
audio just
storage. But that hard drive was encrypted with a encryption method called BitLocker. It's built into versions of Windows, and it allows you to encrypt a partition. So a partition is a subdivision of a hard drive. In this case, this drive only had 1 partition on it that filled the entire drive. So essentially the entire drive was encrypted.
So if I can stop you for a second, if I think of my hard drive as like a pie shape or a circle, a partition would be like a slice of that pie.
It would be.
A slice of the pie.
Correct.
Okay. And you were trying to explain further.
So
Sounds like somebody's used
inside of that
defragmenter
once
before.
decrypt that, there were folders on that drive that had then been encrypted with another method. So this other method allows you to do individual files and folders. So BitLocker does the entire partition, and this method called encrypting file system, or EFS, another method built into Windows, allows you to do specific files and folders. And
how many nerds do we have in the chat?
And their contents.
I understand what he's talking about.
And so in that second
Don't
method,
defrag an
you use files
SSD
and
drive.
folders.
I know what. Yeah, I know what defragging is.
There was a
I
folder
know
with
what.
an SSD drive. Numerous
Really?
videos,
Why?
From her, and that was the folder that wasn't encrypted.
Because you only have so many. That drive can only be
Google Chrome.
written to
Yes,
and overwritten so many times.
It is a web browser.
So
Oh, really?
moving data around
And
on the
did
drive
you
is
use
bad
Google
for it.
Chrome?
Yes.
Was there something about how Google Chrome was set up on these two
That's news to me.
computers that was of note?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
don't
had.
want to do that.
He had Google
I
Chrome
haven't
on
defragged a
computers,
drive
and
since
he was signed
maybe
into his Google account
2010.
On both.
Yeah.
Accounts. So when you do that, it allows.
And
data
it's not
to
really
sync
necessary
back and
because they're
forth
so
between
fast.
It's not anymore. Like it used to be
bookmarks will show up
It
on
used to
both.
be you
The
needed to
password
do
that you
it,
say will show up on both.
Yeah.
And
I
some
haven't
of your
done
web
it since I
history will
started
also be
using
transferred,
Unix-based
from
systems.
one to the other.
As you examine these computers and lay the
Unix, I'm a
Well,
Linux
yeah, I don't-
guy.
communication between
Yeah, I'm a Mac person. I don't need
Godejohn
that
and
stuff.
Gypsy Blanchard.
Yes.
Can you
Mac
briefly
is Unix-based.
describe,
I was gonna say.
before I get to that,
Well, I didn't even know about that
as you
stuff
were
because
looking at
it just worked.
those communications and things
Yeah,
on the
format
computer,
C.
were there
That's a
some
good
things
idea.
that perhaps
Make sure
weren't
you go
done
to
Do
as
that.
standard
prompt and
in
format C.
communications?
Yes, do that.
What do you mean by that?
Don't.
Um,
Don't.
there were 2 things.
I don't think
One
you
is-
can even.
They would refer to different aspects of their personalities as different names. So
Here we go.
Would be Victor or my evil side, and Gypsy had names like Candy, Bella, Demona, Ruby.
Demona?
We didn't find this stuff out.
They
This
had
is
what
new.
I've come to refer to as their signature salutation. So most of the time when they would stop talking to each other, closing out a conversation, they would say something to the effect of,
Young,
"I
you are
love,
going to
worship,
be
and
so
adore you,"
happy with your
and they had a wonderful-
$25.
And they would refer to each other as their
I have to
twin
make a
flame
phone
soul.
call.
Most all of their communications when it ended had
Your pussy's
one or
whining.
both of those.
I know.
Describe the types of communications just in general that you found.
There was messages from Skype between the two of them.
Yeah, Pixie,
there
I know.
were,
Young,
stories,
you're going to
sexual
be
stories that
so
were saying on
happy
there
with
that
your
were like
$25.
And there were numerous videos that they had recorded where they were talking to each other.
You mentioned Skype. What is Skype?
Skype is a communication program, so it can be used to do chat messages, chat communication. It can be used to do audio
I
calls.
didn't think
it
I
can
was
be
going to
used
make
video
it happen,
calls,
but
and
I
it can be
have,
used to
and
do
I'm
screen
so
share. You can
happy.
show someone else your computer screen.
So if I were using Skype, might I text or chat with someone to say, hey, let's get online and talk to each other?
You could.
And then I might have a live session where we're just talking face to face.
Correct.
And the chat portion might be recorded, whereas typically the face-to-face wouldn't be. Is that fair to say?
Correct. There would be a record of the call taking place and normally how long it lasted, but what is said during that call is not recorded anyway.
And did you locate a Skype chat message which discussed where the defendant was discussing plans involving Gypsy's mother?
Yes.
I'm going to show you a disc from Mark that states to 158. Do you recognize that disc?
Yes.
Is that the disc on which we prepared the exhibit of that Skype chat message?
Yes.
And how do you know it's that disc?
My initials would be on there.
So when we look at what's on the disc, is that going to appear just like it would have appeared on the screen for the user or something different?
No, it's going to be the software program I use, Internet Evidence Finder, essentially turns it into a web page and turns it into a grid. And so this is going to be just a screenshot of that grid information.
Almost like a spreadsheet,
Yes.
different columns. And so, for example, it might show when a live session started and ended,
That was my cat.
and then also show the typed chat and the content of that chat.
Correct.
I moved to admit 158.
Where is everyone? I'm here. Well, Dali is kind of here, but he's Dali Rose and he's down there. But David, guess what? Jung super chat me to take away Dali's mustache, and I'm about to reveal it, and it's going to be epic.
We're going to blow up within the boxes, but just in
Epic.
general, this is that sort of table you were telling us about. And this
Yeah,
is,
no, this is not a weird
from a chat
configuration.
that occurred
We like to
this small
change
period
things
on
up.
March 29th of 2015. And
It's
it
also,
shows
you can
author
read that
as
bitch is
Godejohn,
dead, like flickering down
and
there
the
as well.
recipient as Alio. Correct. All right, so having blown that up, would you go ahead and read the chat message to the jury from Nicholas Godejohn?
Gypsy went on a mother's type of group on Facebook and talked about our story on what we planned on doing. You see, me and her are planning on having a baby next year as a way to stay
Actually,
together,
David,
so her
I'm
mom
just going
had no
to
choice
message
but
you on
to let us
Discord.
be together.
Can you
But
answer
you
me?
see, I saw comments on her post to that group that was bad mouthing me, and she just took it like, wow, okay, I'm a weight. And it had to do with finding someone better than me.
Were you able to examine the defendant's browser history or web history on these two computers?
Yes.
And can you just, in general, talk about what we mean by that, browser history or web history?
It would be the websites that were visited in Google Chrome.
And so is part of that just sort of looking at the history, like we're be familiar with in our computer or where we've been?
It would be, but there's some complications with it in this case.
Why don't you talk about that?
Okay, so that the cleaning program that I mentioned earlier, that was supposed to be wiping all of the web history, was only wiping a portion of it. So when Chrome is pulling this information up, it pulls it from multiple different sources, and it was essentially only erasing one source. So we have web history that is not a complete picture of all of the web history. And then there's sometimes you don't know exactly which computer it was visited on because of the sync taking place between the two. But in addition to that, there is something called fav icons, which is short for favorite icons. So these are the icons that show up next to.
We are in a weird configuration. Have you considered
or a tab?
Have you considered going on the right side or doing things differently?
Show up next to it or bookmarks. They're normally for most cases like the icon for a company or something for visiting a company.
Well, him.
For example, if I went to Walmart,
Yeah, David.
sort of yellow flower.
Yeah, he should
I'm
do
not
that.
talking. Yeah, I'm not talking to
Or if I went to
the
Amazon.com,
witness.
I'd see that it looks like exactly their icon for their business.
Correct. So what Chrome does is it saves those icons, and then
Yeah, you can message me.
the website.
I mean, I get a little lonely at times, so yeah, that's
That's
bad. I mean, it's a little weird you're hitting on me, but you know, sure, why not?
Last time that the icon was updated. So you have a date and time
I'll send you some
associated with
feed
the
pics.
icon, but you don't have a date and time associated with the specific.
Just don't put them on
site.
Fee Finder.
So when you have these dates and times, you know that they were visiting, like if you have one for
I
Walmart,
wonder if Jody Arias is on
you
there.
know that they were on some form of Walmart site at that time, but you don't know specifically which.
I'm surprised you don't know this already, Sal.
Because I don't have a weird feet fetish because I'm not a creep. Well, I am a creep, but not that creepy.
well, yeah. You're a little bit strange, not that strange.
When you were looking
No,
at
I'm just
the
trying to get some
browsing
strange.
history, and
Yeah.
the icons, were you able to locate information about the defendant coming to Springfield, Missouri?
Yes.
Were you able to locate information where he browsed the sites looking at weapons or other articles that might be used in a murder?
Yes.
Did he Google how to murder or unalive somebody's mother.com while I'm trying to, or how to unalive somebody's mother while I'm trying to get laid.com?
Information.
Yes.
And how do you recognize that as being that?
When I'm trying to get laid.
I moved to United States Exhibit 159.
Or how to unalive somebody's mother to make her love me?
Stop with what dog? Where's a dog? What dog are you talking about?
There's a dog barking.
Right.
Oh,
the
what's
title
up, dog?
flags
Where?
for the desktop
We don't know.
computer and that Z
Oh, it might be my
number,
dog.
And there's barcode number for that would be correct.
Do you mean makinglawsimple.com? Because that's my website.
Favorite icons from the desktop. Yes. And so the block that we've blown up there, that's just a blow up of what's underneath, right, on the chart.
Correct.
And so on March 16th of 2015, a visit to
People
the
better
Springfield
donate to
Village
Mark
School.
or Mark Jensen. Oh my God, I was going to say. People
Specifically
better donate to Mark
visited,
Jensen.
but that would be a-
No, he does not need any donations.
And then what's the second one that came up?
Flowerama.com.
And the date.
March 16th of 2015. And copsplus.com/.
God damn it, I just ruined the
That is
you
March
bitch.
14th of 2015.
People better donate to Zachariah Anderson if they want David to get his website back.
Did you hear him? It's under in the bed. He was dead.
Something that Time Warner
He had
Cable
someone
does
to
where
blame.
we try to
Yeah.
get a site that is
He
down
didn't
that
know.
doesn't exist. So,
No. He didn't
was
try and
a
blame
site
anybody
that
else.
attempted to be visited, but it was
He didn't.
either down or did not exist at that time. And that March.
It wasn't about blaming someone else.
Or May 10th.
I should see the free
That's
markjensen.com
with
website
Blanchard.
is for
Dali.
donations. Okay, sorry.
Lovehoney.com, blog 2014.
We are not Mr. and Mrs. Dex. Stop it, Iris.
.com, adult sex toys, PT bondage, SP sex.
Yes, we are.
Bondage.
No.
Now we're moving to part of the report.
No.
Web history from the desktop.
I'm not involved in that.
Correct.
Damn straight, we're monogamous.
So here is Walmart.com, March 19th, 2015 at 3:28 p.m. With this one, it is unknown for sure which computer this visit would have happened on.
Yeah, I think you said March 19th.
Oh, sorry, May 19th.
From there, we're going to switch back to the Fave icons on the desktop computer.
Fave icons.
Find things associated with that.
Favicon, sir?
On May 19th.
Possibly on that day. So that is a Walmart.com search for bondage tape.
I'm gonna go to
Yeah, I was a little
Walmart.
concerned when I looked up EU search history.
I'm going to Walmart.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
search for bondage tape and see what I get.
I wouldn't.
This one is
They'll use it against you.
the search for knives
Well,
on Walmart.com.
I'm not stupid
but
enough
you
to
see
go
at
on
the
a
end
live somebody's
category,
mother for a
Apple
little bit of
knives. When
ass.
you search on Walmart
So
for
I don't
knives,
have
it gives
anything
you
to
other
worry
options to
about.
narrow down your search on the side. Tactical knives is one of those categories. So
Oh,
category
hello,
shows the
Brandon.
that is a
Ooh.
specific entry for a specific.
Gonna hit pause for a second. I'll read you the results.
Another knife.
Of what?
That's all vampires.
So we have lingerie solutions, tape it your way, body tape roll nude. KT tape beige original cotton kinesiology tape 20 pre-cut strips. K tape original latex free kinesiology tape with high quality cotton and long lasting, some big word. Double-sided body tape, strong adhesive lingerie tape, flesh tape for bra and cover. This is what I got when I searched bondage
I'm
tape
rubbing
at
my
Walmart.
nipple right now.
Yes, it's literally like tape for like lingerie and bras and kinesiology, and I can't say that word.
Well, buy it, bitch.
Kinesiology.
I told you to buy it. I'm your daddy.
Do you need bra tape, Dali?
I'm your daddy, Dom.
Alrighty. I think
Oh
everyone.
Jesus!
Have you noticed
Yes,
down at the bottom? Young, are you happy?
that is disturbing.
You're
A little.
disturbing.
It is a little bit.
I'm cute. I got great tits. What can I say? Don't be jelly.
Hang on a minute. Let's just go into this mode for a second and let me stop that screen and present something else. Window. Yep. Go.
All
Definitely
right.
rest some balls on that chin.
I'm going on Tinder tonight.
You are.
Look at me with my blue dress, my
What do you
cum
think,
stain,
guys?
my pearl necklace.
Happy?
Oh,
You like
dear.
that?
Oh, I am a sexy beast.
Look at those cheekbones. Yeah.
Men, do not jerk off to this picture of me.
I'm pretty happy with that. I am actually much happier with that than I thought I was going to be. I was working on it, and I was like, "This is not working. It's not working," and then it started to work, and I'm very happy. So thank you, Young, for your contribution. Let's get further with this tomorrow. Let's think of more things we can do. I want to put a tiara on him, like her tiara that she used to wear, all sorts of things. But we need more contributions,
I'm a
everybody.
three-hole wonder.
You like it, Haiti? Yes. All right, we are going to raid Mo. Mo's live. Let's do it. Let's get on there and raid her quickly. So I really would love to
raid her. Okay.
Raid her. Yeah, absolutely. Let's raid Mo. I'd love to raid somebody who's a great friend. Let's do it.
What are my cats doing now?
Calm down, man.
No, they just. Okay, and we need to end this because they.
We need to end so that we can rate her. All right, everybody, let's go say hello to Mo. Thank you for being here again, Dina. Thank you, everybody. I love you all. Love you all. See you again tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, for another lovely episode of the Gypsy Rose Blanchard Murder Trial Saga and 2024 review. We may or may not do another text series tomorrow afternoon, or it might be the next day after. Turn on notification bells. Make sure that you. I tell you what. I'll put it on the community tab
and
as
make
well.
sure you tell Mo it's a Mr. and Mrs. sex raid.
No. Don't be doing that at all. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.